Welcome back, everybody. We're here with Ace Attorney Chronicles something. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. That's literally me at the end of every episode. But we're in a flashback. It's still the first court case. Let's get it going. All right, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. We're about to get a little taste. A little taste. We're about to see how the sausage is made. The art of the trade. The pieces that are sacrificed in every game of chess. That's backwards. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. Partner, forgot about that. Partner, we got barbecue. Say English tomorrow then. Partner, about to have me some ribs. In fact, I might have me some barbecue later on today. Just because I feel like it. Just because I feel like it, I'll have some barbecue, maybe. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think that the Western civilization came from England. The West, the Wild Wild West. Wait a minute. I've seen that man at university. Not sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain area, somewhere around there. Somewhere in London, England, Iceland, Greenland, one of them lands, you know what I mean? Great Empire, British Empire, Great Britain, Great British Empire. Don't know his name, but still I should go and say hello. It was at this moment he realized. He went over to the professor's table. When keeping it real goes wrong. And introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. It is I. Ryunosuke Habanaro. I forgot his name. Naruhodo. I was close. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? Let's find out in the court record. State before the court the cause of death. The cause of death. Well, obviously, that was a gunshot, first of all. If you guys have been paying attention. Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? Well, because you have to have the evidence, the precedence, and if you don't, you're irrelevant. You're not irrelevant, you're irrelevant. You're irrelevant. In fact, I'm an elephant. Can't think of anything else. Find a piece of evidence that shows Dr. Professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now! Yes. 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 I'm pressing R to present it. Yes! Yes! I like take that better than yes. Take that! Yes is like... Hey. According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. You learned to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it? Get over here. I'm Scorpion. Sorry, yes, that's the post-mortem report. That's when you have a modem and it gets to you by the mail, the post-mortem. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. The autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws the conclusion that way. The autopsy. Ta-da! That's a little human giant. Mind explosion. Mind freaks? Prepare your mind. Explosion! Oh no, I see. As long as I'm going to be tested on any of this later. The so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. We call it a photo nowadays, but we call it a photographic print. He had a delicious steak dinner and he's have some nice Jack Daniels to top it off. Jack Daniels in a wine glass, that don't mix. You can clearly discern scorch marks, should I say scotch marks, around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. I'm reading backwards. I'm reading like I'm in a rush. In other words, we should assume that the victim has shot at close range. I'm changing the voices a lot. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. Modern? It's not nothing modern about it. The photographic print shows the victim. He was shot from the front of the chest and subsequently died. The photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court record. I did not need to read all that. So that's a photographic print? Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. This man's first time seeing a photo. Yeah, right. He's a lawyer. In law college. He's never... In law college! In the College of Law! Very well, I'm satisfied with your answers. He demands satisfaction. That's Hamilton reference. Let us start the trial. Certainly, Your Excellency. It's the 10 Court Commandments. It's the 10 Court Commandments, number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So without further ado, in order to best apprise the court with the face of the cat, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, we must do the 10 Court Commandments. The 10 Court Commandments, number 1, always dress like Scorpion and have a fan like Katana. Make sure your hair is bald on the sides a little bit, but you got a mohawk on top. Number 2, always wear your glasses. The prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. This is it then. Think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah, of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asagi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Sticking his oar in? It's an oar as a paddle, like a boat paddle. And he stuck his boat paddle in, hasn't he? Where did he stick it? Up his butt? Just kidding. An oar is too big to fit up someone's butt. Maybe butt. Maybe butt. Maybe not, but maybe the butt. Any help you can give would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Our first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. If only you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold sweats first. Bro, okay, so the headband is real. It's not just for me. Everyone can see the headband. But why do you want him to rein it in? Let it flow, bro. Let it flow. Let it flow. Oh, snap. We have the most elegant man I've ever seen in my life. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course. My name is Satoru Hasanaga. I am the head waiter at a Western style... Oh, he's Western, bro. Le Carnival? But it's like... I don't know. Oh, I'm dying. Are you gonna die, bro? You seem to be coughing up some goo blood. On your white napkin, it's gonna show. It's gonna stain, bro. It's gonna go through that napkin onto your clothes. Dumb move, in my opinion. Regular occurrence. Well, it really, really should. As everyone knows, the capital southeastern quarter was developed for the foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred at one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery, 3 days ago. Understood. Osanaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? Ha! Ha! It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it, too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Blood, sorry. It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, in New York, slumped in his chair, and standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, the accused university student. Yes, that was me! Hold on, let me clarify something here. Well, I did pick up a gun I found lying on the floor beside Professor. I didn't shoot him.
Objection! I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjection. The court wishes the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. You amateur. You amateur. You're not a pro, you're an am. If this was a pro-am, you'd be the am, and I'd be the pro.
But the next time you interrupt at an appropriate time, you will be penalized, defended Naruhodo. Don't worry, Inosuke. You have your chance to fight back. That's the cross-examination. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness.
If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today.
Bro didn't wipe his blood? Yes, without question.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
No. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait, what did you just say? There was no one else around that table? What's the matter, Inosuke? You found something you want to press? That's just not right. There were 3 tables, bro. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello... Oh, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting. But still, what should I do? Man, the stakes are high. Like a butcher with shelves that are 10 feet tall. Maybe I should wait and see. I've played Phoenix Wright games before. I know what I gotta do. I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject. Inosuke, if your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? I suppose I am. I never have gotten to Yume University otherwise. But you can't just always follow the rules in life, you know. If you don't say what you want to say right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty. Alright, you scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. What are you talking about? Phoenix Wright, you're supposed to wait for the cross-examination. And there is something I want to say. I'm just going to shut my eyes and say it. Yes! I just want to close my eyes and say yes.
Just a moment, please.
Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Dear me, what are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for our court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be the accused and his mere student is not a real lawyer after all?
But I'm sure of what I saw. Sonoga-san, there's any chance you're mistaken. Perhaps your memory of events is hazy. Lazy and hazy. Lazy hazy like a daisy, going crazy in a mazy wazy wind of yesterdaisy. No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurants it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like to. He really has a map. He's like 1X. No one else. A sketch of the establishment drawn by yourself, I presume? That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. Bro sees someone dies. He's like, oh, I've been to a restaurant in the back. This is nice. Oh, look at the table right there. I'm gonna draw some letters so people know. This is the kitchen. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Even though you're dying. And a waiter shouldn't be spitting blood. A waiter cannot serve food spilling blood. Let's just be honest here. Pearl will take this plan and add to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Oh, he's about to object. Guys! The tension's high. We'll be back next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Oh, no! I clicked the button by mistake! No. Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Okay. We'll be back in a second. For me, it's a second. For you, it's not. See you next time, guys. Bye.